Welcome to Cozy Noah Vibes, a podcast where we unwind, listen, and drift off to sleep. I'm Noah, and it's a pleasure to be your host tonight. Thank you for tuning in. In tonight's story, we will explore the winding corridors and hidden passageways of a mysterious house. A journey that will ultimately lead us into a deep and restful sleep. Now, let's take a moment to relax, let go of the day's worries, and truly enjoy tonight's story, immersing ourselves in peace and relaxation. Recently, I had a conversation with my family about sleep. I often find myself with a mind full of thoughts at night. While my father is the type who falls asleep the moment his head hits the pillow, he shared a tip from a spiritual mentor on how to deal with these late-night thoughts. When these thoughts arise, simply tell them, "Not now." These two simple words might be the perfect response to those untimely ideas. So take a deep breath, focus on your breathing. Inhale slowly, and exhale even more slowly. Next, I'll stay quiet for a few minutes, allowing your thoughts to flow freely. Don't judge them or try to stop them. Just let them wander as they wish. Now bring your attention back to the present, focusing on your breathing. It's time to settle down and prepare for sleep. If any distracting thoughts or ideas that stimulate your mind pop up, just tell them, "Not now." It's that simple. And then let them gradually fade away. As you listen to this beautiful story, let your imagination fully engage with the scenes and sounds I described. Now rotate together. Let's step into the world of the story. Imagine a door in front of you. It can be of any shape, material, or color. On the other side of the door, you will either walk into the story or directly into a dream. Reach out, turn the doorknob, and step into this story. This is where our story begins. You find yourself standing in a spacious hall, decorated in Middle Eastern style, with almost every surface covered in shimmering mosaics or intricate blue and white tiles. The room is sparsely furnished, with only a few decorative vases and lanterns in niches, and a few benches lining the walls. A magnificent staircase extends upward, spiraling out of sight. You can't help but feel as though you are in a museum, but there are no signs or other visitors. So perhaps this is a grand residence. You start to wonder where you are and how you got here. The room has a soft, dreamlike quality, making you feel as though you are in a pleasant dream. In front of you is a small fountain embedded in the floor. You approach it to admire the craftsmanship. The edges of the fountain are adorned with intricate vines and geometric patterns. But the fountain itself is simple, just a square pool with a spout in the center, gently bubbling water into the pool. The scene is very calming, and you feel compelled to sit on a nearby bench for a while, listening to the soft sound of the water. Gradually, you begin to hear other sounds, a soft tapping and the rustle of feathers. You look up and are surprised to see a peacock at the other end of the room. Its large feathers are spread out, shimmering with vibrant blue and green hues. You stand still, mesmerized by this beautiful bird. its presence as mysterious as your own. You can't help but wonder where it came from, perhaps from the staircase above. At this point, you notice for the first time the arched doorways at the back of the hall. These are not doors but open entryways, each with a sparkling mosaic sign above. Although you can read the language on these signs, you notice each doorway has a different symbol. One is a moon, another a shell, each third a flame, and the last one a bird. The bird symbol is no coincidence. You glance again at the peacock and then at the left doorway. Through the entrance, you can only see a dimly lit corridor, dotted with lanterns along the walls. You don't know where it leads, but your curiosity gets the better of you, and you decide to continue exploring, following your instincts to see where it will take you. You walk into a long, dimly lit corridor. The walls have small niches, some holding vases and others displaying beautiful golden ornaments. It's hard to make out the details in the faint light of the lanterns. The air is filled with the scent of flowers and another familiar, comforting smell. You can't quite place it, but it reminds you of a distant memory, a vague but happy recollection. You slow your pace, close your eyes, and take a deep breath, enjoying this familiar aroma. Gradually, you become aware of something else, the faint sound of music. It must be coming from a room at the end of the corridor. You continue walking until you reach a door, through the crack of which you can see a soft white light. The room beyond the door is a vast, palace-like chamber with tall windows letting in streams of sunlight. You walk over to one of the windows and press your face against the glass, getting your first glimpse of the outside of this mysterious house. The building is surrounded by an exquisite garden, with neatly trimmed lawns and flower beds that look almost too perfect, like a painting or the garden of a royal palace. You step away from the window and take in the room. At first glance, it seems there is no other exit, except for the one you entered through. Could this beautiful room be a dead end? If so, you could return to the hall and choose another path to explore. But as you look around, you have a nagging feeling that there must be another way out. Perhaps it's just a hunch, but as you wander through these magical rooms, all you can rely on are your intuition and imagination to guide you. You leave the window and slowly walk across the room, the only sound being your footsteps on the wooden floor and the melody of the piano. The music is louder now than before, but you're not sure where it's coming from. Perhaps this gentle waltz is a clue. If you follow the sound, it might lead to another room, or it could simply be background music, like the red silk curtains with a glass chandelier hanging from the ceiling, just part of the decor. You look up at the ceiling and notice the elaborate mural for the first time. It's a huge painting covering the entire ceiling, depicting a bright blue sky with swirling clouds and a banquet table overflowing with food, surrounded by people laughing and talking as they dine. It's a breathtaking piece of art, like a masterpiece from the Renaissance. But as stunning as it is, you still wonder if it's a clue. The path to the next room must lie somewhere between the furniture and walls. You run your fingers along the panels on the wall, touching the cool, smooth marble mantle of the fireplace. Then, You turn your attention to the nearby tables and chairs, gently moving them, trying to find a hidden switch or panel. Anything that could be a clue is worth investigating. As you move a chair back into place, you suddenly catch a glimpse of a peacock on the other side of the room. It seems entirely unbothered by your presence, continuing to pace leisurely on the wooden floor. The reappearance of the peacock feels like a positive sign, encouraging you to keep searching. Next to the table are a few old books. Perhaps one of them holds a clue, like a key or a note tucked between the pages. You start flipping through them, barely noticing the text. Most of the titles are unfamiliar to you, except for one, Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. However, there are no clues inside the book, no keys, no notes. You're about to give up and head back to the corridor, but when you glance up at the room again, you suddenly notice there are now two peacocks. The two birds walk side by side, and then, looking closer, you realize the second peacock is slightly smaller. Did you somehow miss seeing the other one before? At that moment, you see one of the peacocks pecking at the floor, and then the wooden floor opens up, revealing a hidden ladder leading down to a mysterious room below. You walk over without hesitation and peer into this hidden passageway, amazed that you've truly found a new path. In this dreamlike adventure, you realize that every corridor and room holds its own secrets waiting to be discovered. You carefully descend the ladder, excited for the next room's discovery. By now, you have gradually drifted off to sleep, carrying these mysterious images, music, and the desire to explore into a deeper, more restful slumber. May you have sweet dreams tonight. May you be immersed in this journey and find your own door to a peaceful dream. That's the story for tonight. I hope it helped you relax and drift into a comfortable sleep. If you enjoyed the story, please remember to subscribe and share it so that more people can hear these soothing sounds. If you have any topics you're interested in, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I'll be happy to prepare something for you in a future episode. Wishing you a peaceful night. Good night.